Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with my review of Stargirl Season 1 Episode 10. After I've done this and put it out, we will be caught up, all 5 of you that are interested. But this week's episode, was very good. Very good indeed. Now, it wasn't perfect. There were places where I was a bit, ooh, and I think there is a massive problem that was brought up in this episode, which has me a little bit worried, but for the most part, the episode was really well done. It subverted your expectations in a correct manner. It set certain things up. It led you down certain pathways, and then it pulled the rug from under you. So I was actually very happy at the way that it did that, and I was very happy at the way that the writers had, weirdly enough, written somebody who could have been a really good hero. We'll get to it all. So it starts off with another flashback. Oh my God. Please just stop with the flashbacks. I know you want to try and fill in holes, but it's just like... So Pat and Barbara are in a diner at the town that they're in now, a couple of years ago. This is how they meet. So they've only known each other for 2 years. So that throws out the theory that I had that Pat may actually be Stargirl's father. Also, that theory is completely smashed in this episode anyway, as the real father is brought into the equation. So they have a little bit of a twee chat. They both order a banana split. That's why they get talking. And there's a bit of the conversation's not great. It's kind of very, oh my God, we're like totally like adults. OMG. Which is just like, but there ends up only being one banana, and so they share a banana split. That's how they fell in love. It's all okay. Then it goes straight back to present day in the cellar where Barbara has seen the cosmic staff floating. They both try and explain it. Na 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 Stargirl. Stargirl tries to blag it. Courtney tries to blag it. Pat's not having anything of it. He wants to tell the truth. Babs is kind of listening, but not happy at all with everything that's going on. She thinks that her and Pat together is all part of this superhero thing, so she thinks he's a bit of a fraud. So she's questioning whether he actually loves her. So she's going through multiple different emotions right now. Her daughter, her 15-year-old daughter in the show, is fighting crime. She's been hurt. The wounds were clearly not because of car crash. It was because she was fighting. They kept things from her. A lot. There's a lot for her to assimilate. And they're trying to explain it bit by bit. And eventually, she just kind of snaps and says, go to your room. Go to your room, Courtney. And then she kicks Pat out the house. She's like, go, get out. Get out, get out, get out. So he's not happy. But you can understand why. You can understand why. So we get to Brainwave in hospital. And he cannot remember any of the last 10 years. So he recognizes that it's Henry, but a grown-up Henry, 10 years older Henry. And then Henry tells him that his mother's dead. Oh, we moved here after Mother died. And he's like, Mother died? You know, died? Can't remember. I think it's Margaret. Maybe, I don't know. And so he kind of goes through the grieving process again of losing his wife. He's fully aware that he's Brainwave, and he's fully aware that he's a member of the ISA and stuff, because he has been for a long, long time. ISA. Yeah, I got it right. Yay. ISIS. I mean, and then he and his son connect because he realized that Henry is starting to gain his telepathic abilities. And he's not as cold, and I know it's icicle that pun is intended for, but he's not as cold as he was. He's actually comes across at the moment as a relatively loving father. You know, he's hugging his son. This is the kind of contact that his son hasn't had, Henry hasn't had. For goodness knows how many years. He was very, as we saw early season, he was very sharp and blunt with Henry. He was trying to push his psychic ability, which wasn't happening. He was disappointed with him. He was embarrassed by him. All these different things. So for Henry, it kind of feels a little bit like a fresh start. And I really, like I said, this guy, he started to grow on me. And in this episode, Henry was fantastic. He really was. And Brainwave was too. What happens with Brainwave in this episode is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So Courtney's in a room. She goes and gets the present out that she wrapped for her father the night that he never came back. So who is Courtney's father? Because it's not Starman. Well, there's going to be a little twist in that tale, I think. I can't even remember what he's called. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra's like, "Hey, Dad, what you doing? Like, what you going to do?" And he's like, "Well, I've been, kind of kicked out for the night. I'm going to stay at the garage. I'll be back in the morning, son. Don't worry." And then he's like, "No, you're my papa. We go out. We get an Italian meal and then we crush some booze, yeah." So he goes with him to the garage because the father and son and whatnot. And they try and have a talk, and, it's kind of nice, and then it gets ruined at the end because Frank Sinatra is a prick. So, Henry leaves the room for a bit, and Icicle comes in, and he's like, "Hello, Henry. It's so good to have you back." Not Henry. Brainwave, whatever his name is. It's so nice to have you back again. And you're thinking, oh, is Icicle going to kill him? No, he's not. So anywho, he mentions a date, his mother and a date. So Henry, that's the reason why Henry left, was to go home and find the corresponding VHS tape that lasts for 30 seconds. And it talks about his wife dying. And then he's just like, "Damn you, Icicle. Damn you." So you're like, oh, shite. Icicle killed Brainwave's wife, but obviously there's still got some code, agreement, whatever going that never enabled him to enact revenge. So Henry's all kind of like, "Oh, little bastard Icicle." So he looks at his father's costume and whatnot, and he's getting all sort of angry. And then the cosmic staff turns up at the house, turns up in Courtney's bedroom. Don't ask. And she's like, "I can't, I'm grounded, my mum will kill me." So the cosmic staff is just like, fine. So the cosmic staff goes out hunting Icicle on his own and finds him in the hospital. But Brainwave's abilities are still exceptionally strong, and he manages to keep the cosmic staff at bay, and then Icicle touches it, freezes it, and makes it inactive. Henry comes back, realizing that Icicle's killed his mum, and then realizes that they're leaving together, so hides. His father nearly picks him up, doesn't, or maybe does, but chooses not to say. It's ambiguous as to exactly which one. But he doesn't give his son away. Maybe he sees potential in his son. Courtney goes down the next day to the staff. The staff's not there. She says, Mum, where's the staff? And Mum's like, I don't know where the staff is. So she's panicking about where the staff has gone. She thinks Pat's taken it. Kids asleep in the car. Courtney arrives at the garage. Have you got the staff? No, I haven't got the staff. Staff's gone. Staff's gone. And then Frank Sinatra says, hey, you wanted this, didn't you? You never liked to having a brother and another father. Hey, now you can have your mother to herself. Hey, me no. Does all that stuff, mafioso stuff. But he's not happy. He's like, she wanted this. She never wanted a son, a brother. And then Courtney finds Henry, and Henry's just like, come here. And Henry kind of like clues her in on what's going on by a blast of kinetic, psychic, brain transfusion, memory transfusion. And Courtney believes that Henry is actually her cousin. They're cousins. So there's all kinds of are they, aren't they sort of thing going on here. Because you don't know if anything's actually truly correct. Or this is just information which they believe to be true at the moment. So it's all a bit weirdy woo. She's happy to have family. Henry's kind of like, easy tiger. You're 15. I'm 16. This ain't going to happen. Also, you're my cousin, so there's that. And then they're just like, we gotta stop Brainwave. We gotta stop Brainwave. So anyway, Amy Smart is packing up to leave. She's gonna take Courtney, and they're gonna leave town. She wants to get away from here, but then she sends an email to the real father of Courtney. At this email, Sam, if this is you, please contact me. It's important. It's about Courtney. We're back in Blue Valley. Thanks, Barbara. So she does that. So it's like, oh, so that's the real father, and the real father is alive. But who is this Sam person? So at school, God, this is, honest to God, useless. Useless. They're all of them are useless. The heroes are terrible. They really, really are. They're selfish. They're not narcissistical, but they're selfish and they're arrogant and they're self-absorbed. And they're not good heroes. They truly are not good heroes. So Courtney wants Henry to join with them to take down Brainwave and Icicle. They're kind of like reluctant. They get into a fight. Things like, look at this. She's tucking a jumper into her jeans. And anyway, they agree. But there again, look, she's looking at this picture here, and that is Starman. So what is going on? Anywho, Pat arrives at her office, and they chat for a little bit, and then Icicle and his parents come in, and they bring some food to say thank you for the meal the other week. Everyone's suited up now, and they're back in the tunnels, and they're trying to find what's going on. The goggles don't work because of the interference, whatever, that's going on. Courtney's not got a staff, of course. And then they're like, hi, we like you. You're a nice woman. And then they say something in Norwegian, and then they go. And Amy Smart says to Pat, she says, do you understand Norwegian? He's like, no. And she shows her phone and says, shall we find out? So I think she starts to realise that Pat he does love her, and the love is genuine. It wasn't to do with the whole hero business. And they start a little adventure together. Maybe something they haven't had in a long time, with the kids being in the house and everything. They haven't had time to be alone, time to, discover themselves and what attracted them to each other in the first place and stuff like that. It's kind of romantic. It's fine. I like it. It's all right. So they go down into the tunnels further. They come across Solomon Grundy. They split up into two groups. So Moody Guy and Jumper Gene Tucker go in one group, and then Henry, Yolanda, and Courtney go off in the other group. Moody Bitch Guy realizes that Solomon Grundy was the one that killed his parents, so he tries to tear the door off to get to Solomon Grundy to kill him. They see that Dragonface Man has got Brainwave all linked up to amplify the signal, no doubt. And then Cindy spots them from her prison cell and grasses them up. She screams, "Daddy, Daddy, they're here! Daddy, Daddy, let me kill her! Daddy, Daddy!" It's quite funny. So Cindy gets them caught. So they have to fight. Now this is what worries me, right? Henry has got psychic blasts. Fine. That's fine. He's knocking people back. He's throwing people into other people. Yolanda and Courtney are killing people. Killing them. Courtney is using a spear and stabbing them, and Yolanda is slicing them apart. They have no trouble with murdering these who they don't know if they're people or experiments or what. No problem with killing. This is really worrying and really concerning. So they're fighting. There's, the odds are against them, but they're doing all right. And then, there's lots of fighting going on. It's all good. It's all fine. So Dragon Man tries to fight them for a bit. That distracts Yolande. So Yolande goes after the staff. And she manages to get the staff. And then she uses the staff to blow away Dragon Man. And who was just about to kill Courtney, by the way. And then you think that Henry frees his father, and he's like, "Dad, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here." Oh yeah, and then Dragon Man's mask comes off, and this is what he looks like without the mask on. And he screams at them, and the girls go, "Ah!" And it's actually pretty funny. And then she blasts him with the cosmic stuff. But we finally get to see what he looks like at the moment. I think it's pretty good makeup. I think it's actually pretty good makeup, to be honest with you. So I was quite impressed with that. So his dad's just like, no. This is not how things are going to go down, son. This is not how things are going to go down. So they're still having their little adventure together. And that's going on. So they're trying to work out all the stuff. While they're out, an email comes back from Courtney's father. And then they try and escape Brainwave. And they manage to get most of them out. And then Brainwave's power is colossal. Absolutely colossal. And Courtney tries to hold him off as the rest of them escape, and he's using his power to keep the bars closed. But they team up with his strength and his psychic ability to open and get a little bit of a gap. And then Henry uses his psychic ability to throw Courtney through the hole, which leaves him and his father. And his father confesses that it wasn't Icicle that killed his mother. No, killed his wife, his mother. It was him. I had to show my loyalty. I had to prove myself. I knew that my wife was good and wanted me to get out of this and get away, but I had to prove my loyalty to the ISA, and so I killed her. And Henry tries to take on his father. He can't. His father's just way too powerful. And his father tries to dissuade him. And he's just like, no, this is not the person I am. This is, he wants to be a hero. He wants to do the right thing. He's already gone through an arc in one episode, At the end of the last episode where he killed a guy. Yes, it was a bad guy, but he still killed a guy. But he was so conflicted about good and bad. And he decided in the end he was good. Saved his friend, saved the JSA. And then his father was just like, well, if that's the choice that you've made, goodbye, son. And Henry apologizes to Yolanda when he knows he's totally defeated. He apologizes for the tit pics. And he says to Courtney, don't let this get to you, Keep fighting. He's shown more heroicism and what it's like to be a true hero than any of these people so far. Any of the JSA so far. And his father kills him. Drops the whole roof on Henry. Kills him. And it's legitimately sad. And you're just like, oh my God. And he just shows how evil Brainwave is. And how dedicated to the cause he is. How they're all so dedicated to the cause. And it was great. I mean, it was great that these villains are villains. These aren't cartoon villains. This guy killed his wife, and now he's killed his son. He'll have no hesitation killing any of these. And I was just like, wow. And then looking on, black. Boom. End of episode. Great episode. For the most part, great episode. I'd probably give this like an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Thought it was exceedingly good. Like I said, few parts not quite working. Very concerned about the lack of reluctance to kill or the consequences thereof. But the villains proved to be the absolute selling point of this show, without doubt. And Henry proved to be more of a hero than any of the JSA has been in 10 episodes. It was good stuff. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.